here are some further tales from the north. We got to Oslo, and we got from the port to the railway station, and that was fine. We had about 2 or 3 hours to kill till the train came. We actually had allowed this amount of time because we thought it would take such a long time to get from the port to the railway station. But actually it was very quick. It was less than 40 minutes, I think, for the whole thing, so it was quite impressively quick. So anyway, that done. So I thought, oh, I'll go and have a look and see if I can get hold of some Ibsen. Ibsen being famous playwright of Norway. So off I trotted through the bookshops of the nearby, near the central railway station. And could I find Ibsen? No, I couldn't find any Ibsen. I could find Ibsen in English, and I did buy him. Brandt. I could also find lots and lots of George Bernard Shaw, which I bought, and some Tolstoy, in translation of course, which I bought. But could I find any Ibsen? No. Not in Norwegian anyway. So on the 5th bookshop I finally managed to find one of Ibsen's plays. This one here, Brandt. Brandt was the first one that made him famous. Peer Gynt he'd written, but it's not really stageable. This was the first stageable performable play that he wrote, and I've seen it, but finding that was incredibly hard. In a country where he's the national writer, you'd expect it to be a bit easier. It wasn't. Anyway, so having left Oslo with my copy of my Ibsen, we then set off north, and the first thing we do is we go to a place called Hamar, which is near Lillehammer, which is a slightly more famous smaller cousin, and I take a video of the railway station, which is where we change trains. One of the joys of travelling by train is having to wait in a station for the next train, and but actually here in Norway it's quite nice actually. It's probably about 15-16 degrees, but the sun has been shining all the time, so it's very nice indeed. So you can see the sunglasses, you need the sunglasses here. Anyway, behind me is a very, very nice station. It's Hamar station. Its smaller cousin Lillehammer is perhaps more famous, but Hamar is a slightly bigger town apparently. Anyways, but so we're waiting for a train to take us to Røros, which is a World Heritage Centre site in Norway, and a very quiet station. Train dropped us on platform 3, which is that one there, and we'll be going on this one here out in that direction. So we're just waiting for about 50 minutes or so for that to happen, and having a toilet break, and we're going to get some snacks and things. Anyway, so that's my report for so far on the journey today. As you could see, it was wonderful, wonderful weather there. It stayed wonderful. When we got to the hotel, we had dinner, and after dinner, so this is sort of 9-10 o'clock at night, I went out with a camera and took some shots of Røros, which is a beautiful place. Now the following day, because we were doing a bigger excursion and things, I actually decided not to carry my video camera around with me. So this is the only video camera footage that I have of Røros, but I did take some stills photographs, which I will make into a slideshow and put some music to, probably something by Grieg, I suspect. But anyway, enjoy these parts of it. It was a very interesting town indeed. One of the things that's nice about Røros is that there's quite a lot of old industrial buildings, as well as some very nice wooden houses, etc. But one of the nice things is that they've taken some of the old things and turned them into useful things, like the library behind me, which also houses part of a hotel, and at this end here there's a pottery. So we've got all sorts of buildings being used for all sorts of things. It's really quite nice. Right. Here we have the church. It's a late 18th century church. It replaced the stave church that they had here, I believe. But it was built because they had somebody who ran the copper mine who was unmarried and left lots of money, and he encouraged them to build a new church. So that's the church here in Røros. So now I'm going to play with my slideshow software and try and produce a slideshow of Røros, because it was a magnificent place and interesting, because I'm really quite interested in industrial architecture and things. And the interesting thing was, of course, I was reading Feynman's book on mechanics, quantum mechanics, at the same time as looking at all these mechanical devices and thinking, wow, these are just amazing devices. Anyway, so I will see you later on.